Isaac Dolan, what club championship do you think has been the most competitive in the last 10 years? Wow, that's a tough one off the top of the head. It's like there has been a lot of talk about, like Tyrone has had no back-to-back winners since, is it 2005 or something, since Dromore did it. There's been 5 different winners the last 5 years in Tipperary, I think. Is it 4 or 5? I think 5, actually. Kilkenny has been fairly dominated by Ballyhale the last few years. Galway's been dominated by St. Thomas's largely. A few other teams winning here and there. Anyone jumping out to you?
No, Wexford's another one where there's Wexford football and hurling probably in the last 5 or 6 years. There's been a lot of teams winning the two of them. Limerick wouldn't be too far off, to be honest with you, because there's 7 or 8 teams that you can play that are all to a really, really high level. I'd always say that with Tip as well.
But it's the same few that are winning it in Limerick.
Yeah, no, that's true. There's probably 8 to 12 teams in Tipperary, I'd say. If you want, I always put it this way, like if we want really good practice games, there's definitely 7 or 8 teams you can get right good games for. Even the likes of Drummond Inch, who weren't in the quarterfinals this year. Galway the same.
You're right on a depth point of view, though. I agree with you in terms of the depth chart. Like Dublin would have a few teams that are really strong, and you've probably played against them a few times. But once you go down a few levels, the strength isn't there. By the way, actually, the way we've kind of criticised the setup of the Dublin Championship with having too many teams that are getting beaten by 40 points because there's 16 teams in the top tier. From next year, it's going to be senior 1, 2, 3, 10 teams in each. So that's going to be changed. They haven't completely finalised it, but it might be like, I'm going to guess 2 groups of 5 in all of those tiers. So it remains to be seen, but I just had to clarify that, seeing as I heard that just
10 sounds about right now. That'd be very interesting.
Yeah. So let us know, what do you think is the most competitive club championship, and crucially why? Because we need to add to that conversation all the time. And Lionel Strongjaw, Houlihan and O'Reilly both looked really good yesterday, and I wouldn't mind seeing either of them get a run with Limerick next year. Patrick Kirby looked like a very good player at points yesterday. You can see he has the hurling. And with Houlihan, thing I'd say about him, when he stood over the freeze, you were thinking this is straight over the bar. And he cut the figure of, looked a bit like Wally Walsh to me.
Just because the socks were up.
Yeah, but also big man. Whatever it is about him, I got a Wally Walsh vibe.
If you want to look big on a GA pitch, pull your socks up. Even if you're 5'5", you look big. You look 5'8". I don't know what it is.
Well, I think if you're particularly small, it might only exaggerate the fact that you're kind of small. It's a bit like the smaller guy coming out of the gym ripped. People tend to say, look, he's compensating. A bit harsh now, but I'm just, that's what's put out there.
Your opinion. I'm not gonna back that one up now, to be honest with you. But there are like TJ, Wally, Micheál Houlihan. There's not too many more lads with the socks pulled up. But if you're 6'1" or 6'2", it definitely makes you look 6'3" or 6'4".
Yeah. It's a bit like Roy Keane when he used to skin the head, and he was like, he wanted to put that vibe out there that he was a harder sort of guy. Adrian McGrath says, Burr versus Rhinos, is that the performance of the weekend? We'll come to the Offaly Championship later on, so keep it in the chamber for now. Patrickswell 74. Patrickswell County lads running 3-day hurling camp this morning with over 300 kids since 10 o'clock. That's dedication.
That's savage.
Fair play. I hope they're getting something for doing it. I presume they're running it themselves, and it's a bit of a sort of a business over the
Halloween GA camp. Just fair play to them now. That's class.
Yeah, let's look to them. O'Reilly caused havoc for that Patrickswell defence. Wonder could he see himself in Kylie and Kinnerk's plans soon. Kirby scored one, then Houlihan at the other end. It was like the 90s all over again. Kieran O'Connor and Aaron Costello were massive. How do you see Kilmallock getting on in Munster? Yeah, we touched on that already. The standard between Blackrock and Douglas was desperate. We will get on to Cork in a little while. Niall Heffernan, club is amazing. Kilmallock not the best team in Limerick on paper, but it'd also be so interesting to see them against the Cork champions, who I reckon will be Blackrock. We will touch on that a little bit down the line. Some of those challenges by Patrickswell were just downright dirty strokes. Kilmallock done well not to retaliate. So obviously not everyone is completely enamoured with some of the tackles during that game. Lionel Strongjaw reckons that Kirby was excellent. The standard of refereeing in Cork is shocking. Some of the decisions in the matches this weekend were shocking. If you enjoyed this piece of content, please follow us on YouTube by hitting the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of the page, which helps the channel grow. And if you want audio podcasts, go to patreon.com/ourgame.